So the only way to play Tokyo Mirage Sessions in English with all of the original Japanese swimsuits that are evidently too explicit for American eyes to see, you have to have a modified Wii U, and then you have to there's kind of it's not exactly a ROM hack. I don't know the correct terminology, but somebody has taken it upon themselves to put in the work to take all of the English text, voice, and inject it into the Japanese version of the game, and so therefore you have an uncensored version of it. Come on. Looks like you've gotten bigger and stronger already, Bjorn. Just ahead lies Zora's Domain. The Zoras serve Hyrule's royal family by protecting this water source. Their door will not open for anyone except those who have some connection with the royal family. Let them hear the melody of the royal family. Wait! You didn't ask me if I got all of that and if you wanted me to listen to it again, or for you to repeat it again. Uh-oh. These stay permanently, so whichever ones you blow up, the two middles, those will always and only be the two ones that are blown up. If I blew up all four, obviously. Okay, here's another weird side quest thing. So this dude are not selling well these magic beans, so at first, and it's like you're literally the only customer. So I'll go ahead and deplete my money here, because in soft soil you can plant, and nothing happens because it literally takes, I would estimate, 7 years for that to grow up to adult size beans. So it's like, man, why did I waste all of my money on these unpopular beans that take 7 years to grow to adulthood? Uh-oh. I love this. If you come down to this, some frogs are looking at you from underwater. But if you whip out your ocarina, it's almost like there's a side quest there. For this version, I should say, because I'm pretty sure the last time I actually played the game, period, was the 3DS version, which in itself was actually several years ago as well. And then while we're here, I might as well grab another bottle. It's a pretty fun mini game, but I'll show you a cheap way to beat said mini game. This is the weirdest thing. As an example of why this game is overly deified, sometimes even if you do the correct thing, it doesn't trigger the correct thing. So it's the fairy boy again. I heard that you found my dad. How do you like the castle? Did you see the princess? Dad came home in a hurry after you found him. Oh yeah, I have to introduce you to my friend, fairy boy. She's this horse. Her name is Epona. Isn't she cute? It seems like Epona is afraid of you, fairy boy. My mother composed this song, isn't it nice? Let's sing it together. So finally, on the third time there, you have to whip out the ocarina, close enough to her so that she's like, oh, cute, ocarina, are you going to play the song? Alright, so now it's so cute, he or she, follows you around and pushes Link's hitbox everywhere. Whereas before you learned the song, if you got remotely close, she would just run away further. Oh, look at that. Alright, we are back finally. So if we go up and talk to the king, Zora, he complains about his daughter not being around. They need some money, like 20 rupees, is it? I don't quite remember. So thankfully I actually do have some. I don't have to grind for some more coins. Diving game, 20 rupees. Want to play? So he throws out money there. And I've gotten my 20 rupees back, and then there's just this one more, I think. Right. Hey, congrats. I've got something very nice for you. Come up and get it. What a graceful dive. Now please, take this. It's a scale of our kind. With this, you can dive much deeper under the water. Alright, so in Zora's Domain you might see this underwater pathway here. So with this scale, now we can reach this warp. So notice all these shinies. And what is this? A bottle. Now here is a very nice programmed way to force the player to have obtained a bottle here. You got an empty bottle, put something inside and press C to use it. What? Something's already inside. Turns out in order for us to actually complete the game as intended, we do need one bottle in our possession. Show this letter to the king because if we look at it ourselves, it looks like there is something already inside this bottle. It's a letter. Help me, I'm waiting for you inside Lord Jabu Jabu's belly, Ruto. P.S. Don't tell my father. So of course, you know, that clues us in. Maybe we should actually disobey the game. This letter, it's from Princess Ruto. Let's see, she's inside Lord Jabu Jabu? That's not possible. Our guardian god, Lord Jabu Jabu, would never eat my dear Princess Ruto, but since that stranger Ganondorf came here, Lord Jabu Jabu has been a little green around the gills. The evidence seems clear. Of course, you'll go find Ruto. You can pass through here to the altar of Lord Jabu Jabu. I'll keep this letter. You keep the bottle it was in. Take it respectfully. Please find my dear Princess Ruto immediately. Zora. So now we get to watch this scene, which lasts approximately 5 minutes and 17 seconds. Like, why, Nintendo? What were you smoking when you decided, let's have this scene that takes a really, 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 really long time for this king to move all the way out of the way, making weird sound effects along the way, I might add. Like, why? Why? So there is no way for us to get inside this fish because it's kind of like sleeping there. So here's another really cool thing that I had not yet noticed or discovered up to this point, and I got stuck at this part of the game for a long, long period of time as well. And here is why you need at least one bottle to beat this game. So you might have seen various inanimate things like bugs or fish. You already know that the fairies can be encapsulated in a bottle because you've seen me catch them. But the fish also can be caught in a bottle. Zora's Fountain. So if we get to the mouth area and unload the fish, that will unlock us to have the ability to enter into this giant fish. And thus, here we are, dungeon number 3, inside Lord Jabu Jabu's body, belly. So these little uvulas things, oftentimes that is referred to as the tonsil, but that's actually incorrect. The tonsils are on the side of your throat. The little hangy down thingy is called a uvula. That's what we hit to kind of unlock our way through this game, this dungeon. Why, look who it is. You, who are you? I am Ruto, Princess of the Zoros. What? Are you saying my father asked you to come here to save me? I'd never ask anyone to do such a thing. Letter in a bottle? I have no idea what you're talking about. My father is worried about me. I don't care. Anyways, I can't go home right now, and you get out of here, understand? So obviously, as you can tell, she has a very beautiful personality. So let's go ahead and drop down the same one that she did. Are you still hanging around here? I told you to go away. I'm okay. I've been going inside Lord Jabu Jabu's belly since I was little, but Lord Jabu Jabu is very strange today. There are electrified jellyfish and strange holes around. On top of that, my precious stone was, but that's none of your business. Anyways, you, go home now, understand? You're that worried about me? Then I will give you the honor of carrying me. However, I won't leave until I find the thing I'm looking for. You better believe me. So now we can pick her up and kind of throw her around, do whatever we want. If you leave her and get too far away, she has hilariously funny dialogues. we just have to wait as long as we had to wait on the King Zora. There we go. And I believe this is taking us back to the same room where we actually started. Remember those crates there? How inconsiderate. How could you leave me behind? If you're a man, act like one. Take responsibility. Yes, ma'am. Alright, so I actually did need to come this way. I just got confused because it's like I don't have the dungeon item yet. Alright, now here though, I'm pretty sure every single one of these switches, once we step off of them, they become unpressed. So we need something heavy, no offense, Ruto, to stay on the switch for us. This switch, it doesn't look like you can press it down with your weight alone, Bjorn. Alright, so we have the boomerang. I can obviously live without the map, but I'm curious. I'm pretty sure I should have the map by now. Section here. Alright, so notice there's kind of like this tonsil-y thing there blocking that path. As well as one there. Unbelievable. So we just did this in the incorrect order. So even though no other weapon is effective against pretty much all enemies down here, the boomerang can pretty much take them all out. There you go. You get the map after you get the item of the dungeon. That's smarts. Then once we defeat that pillar thing, whatever it's called, the red slimy thing is gone. That must be because you cut the red tail. Yes, it's called a tail. As if that makes sense. There we go. Let me guess, compass? Alright, so we're in business now. I'm like too much of inside her to pick her up. That came out wrong. Alright, let's see what it's called. Parasitic Tentacle. So, question. Legitimate, sincere question here. In the Japanese version of the game, what is the name of that called? And was it a translation error that Navi said it must have been when you cut the red tail? Was it supposed to say red tentacle? Okay, now you might wonder, oh wait, where do we go now? And if you go back to the very first room in which Ruto was, you may or may not have noticed one of those tentacle pillar things blocking entry. Uh-oh. Blocking entry there as well. Because the thing is, oh no, no, oh crap! Well, that is not where I wanted to drop down next. Okay, if I throw her up there, maybe we can do this still. Or it might actually respawn her back up here. Like, as if that makes any sense. Because we haven't even entered a loading zone, right? Oh, look, there she is. She beat us to the top. I know. I have to start acting like a man, I'm sorry. Not pursuing the Gold Skulltula quest anyways. Okay, this is an ingenious level mechanic here. So that's it. That's what I've been looking for. Throw me up there onto the platform. So how do you design a game section in which you need to have Ruto not be there so that Link can just fight a sub-boss fight? Well, you can have her throw her up onto this platform which Link cannot jump onto himself, and then you'll watch what happens. Princess Ruto got the Sapphire or Spiritual Stone. But why Princess Ruto? Because the world does not revolve around you, Link. Sorry. Oh my goodness, I finally found my mother's stone. I got very upset when Lord Jabu Jabu swallowed it. While I was feeding him, he suddenly swallowed me. I was so surprised I dropped it inside. But now that I've found it, I don't need to be in here anymore. So, take me home, right now. What is this, an octopus? So anyways, speaking of, let me get a big attack in here. Sometimes when it comes to designing a game, specifically Super Mario World ROM hack of mine, not that it's all about me, but if you want to, restrict Mario from going in a certain direction. In Super Mario Maker, there's the one-way gates items, right? And sure, you can program something similar, but sometimes it's a matter of, can you just arrange the blocks in such a way that disallow Mario from going in a certain direction? Sometimes you can perform simple things like that with just existing mechanics. You don't need fancy ASM code or anything like that. Alright, so here we land on this to lower it to a previous section. We no longer have Ruto though. that switch needs to be depressed by something permanent, and hence why these little crates actually respawn if you exit the area. So speaking of replaying Zelda games, so I have a friend, right? And he tells me, I love the Legend of Zelda games, don't get me wrong. But he's kind of one of those people who are like, oh, my memory is perfect, and so therefore all Zelda games are like puzzle games. And so after he plays them once, and exactly and only once, there's absolutely no need to ever play them again because he's already knows the solution to the puzzles. I mean, I can understand his argument, but like at the same time, like, I don't play the Legend of Zelda games to be stumped on a puzzle. I play them because they're fun. I play all video games because they're fun. If a video game is not fun, then I don't play it. So it's interesting because, like, I'm doing pretty good considering, that I'm just mainly buzzing through all of these dungeons and whatnot with just memory, just going from one place to another, not even allowing you as the viewer to kind of understand what is the puzzle and therefore think of the solution. Like here we have to use this because it's like being blocked by this membrane. So without the boomerang, we would not be able to hit that little uvula thing. This room I had trouble with in the Master's Quest as well because it has adds a complicated layer to it. I don't quite remember what it was though. I think you had to like throw it, the boomerang, and then like move in such a way that you're close enough to the uvula that it can actually hit it because of the range or something. Bioelectric and then Faraday. Now it'll just be easier to hit, so... Or wait, maybe I do have to actually defeat all of the side jellyfish. Man, that range, though. Alright, that green splatter effect reminds me. I don't remember with the jellyfish, but there are certain enemies that burst into, like, instead of green, it's red. There are multiple versions. I didn't even see where that heart was, man. Multiple versions. You're late. What took you so long? You're useless. I was just lonely, that's all. Just a little. That moment when you wake up and there's a girl right in your face. I like how she jumps in the water and then seductively swims towards you. It's like, whoa. Suddenly, you're not so lame anymore. You looked cool. Cooler than I thought you would. Anyways, just a little. Well, anyways, you saved me, so I guess I'll reward you. What do you wish? Just tell me. I want that spiritual stone or... nothing really. Hee, don't be shy. I can tell what you're thinking. My mother gave it to me and said I should give it only to the man who will be my husband. You might call it the Zora's engagement ring. All right, I'll give you my most precious possession, Zora's Sapphire. Her most precious possession? You don't know what she's talking about, but you've finally collected all 3 spiritual stones. Oh, we know what she's talking about. Go back and see Princess Zelda. Don't tell my father. What, that you've given away your most precious possession, or you were talking about something else that we don't want younger audiences to know what you were talking about.